Wird der Applaus explodieren und man wird ihn nicht mehr hören. Ich hoffe, du sitzt vielleicht später. Oh!
Oh, der zum Abschluss.
Along their careers as pro pool players, both the magician Efren Reyes and Earl the Pearl Strickland have faced against each other countless times. Their matches are always amusing to watch because both players are considered as two of the greatest pro pool players of all time. That's why they're the ones chosen to play in single match events named Color of Money and Color of Money 2. Among those matches between Efren Reyes and Earl Strickland, there's one match that seems to be quite underrated because the match didn't take place at the top of a pool tournament, but just in the third round of a pool tournament, thus making it an insignificant tournament. However, it's not Strickland if he doesn't make something common dramatic, because in the match, he accused Reyes as being lucky for winning the match. So, how did the match that took place in the third round of the 2006 International Pool Tour North American Open 8-Ball Championship? Here it is. Number 5. Pre-match interview.
He really is trying to accomplish two things with every shot here, it seems.
Well, he's got that little he's going to draw into the orange ball. Now see, he hit that perfect.
Before Earl Strickland and Efren Reyes had their match in the third round of the 2006 IPT North American Open 8-Ball Championship, they were both interviewed. In the interview, Strickland was asked whether he was intimidated by Reyes because Reyes was the champion of the first IPT event in 2005, the IPT King of the Hill 8-Ball Shootout. However, instead of answering yes or no, Strickland answered with a bold statement, saying it was Reyes who felt a little pressure when he knew that Strickland was playing well. That's a very bold statement for a player who was going to face against the champion of the event before, or we can say, the defending champion of the event. However, that's how Strickland is. Efren Reyes stated in another pre-match interview that he had to concentrate and play well, especially with the likes of Strickland. He also said that he's always nervous no matter who he's facing. Now, that's Efren Reyes for you. He always has great attitude and sportsmanship.
Know any better, you'd think he was disinterested by this whole thing. Of course, we know that not to be the case.
This is a very tough shot. Very tough. Look how good he hits this shot. And position. Don't forget the position.
Number 4. Rack 10.
Yeah, this is not a hanger, but
6-5. This will make it 7-5. Both players are undefeated this round.
Efren Reyes, pool legend.
Let's jump to the 10th rack of the match between Efren Reyes and Earl Strickland in the third round of the 2006 IPT North American Open 8-Ball Championship. In this point, the score was 5-4 with Reyes leading the match. He was also the one who made the break shot in the 10th rack. Fortunately, his break shot was strong enough to be able to pocket a ball. After that, he just calmly pocketed the other 7 balls one by one, including the last ball, the 8-ball, and eventually won the 10th rack, leaving Strickland sitting on his chair the entire rack. With that, the score became 6-4 with Reyes still leading the match.
For choices.
Yes.
And there's a lot more balls on the table that could cause a problem.
Yes, there is. And you know, I mean, I played Earl a 9-ball Earl is maybe one of the greatest players.
Number 3. Rack 12.
Boy, he loves to spin that cue ball, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think he's going to play the 1, then the 4-8, I believe is what he's looking at.
Let's jump again to the 12th rack. However, the 11th rack was won by Earl Strickland, thus making the score become 6-5 with Efren Reyes still leading the match. The 12th rack started with Strickland making the break shot. Unfortunately, his break shot wasn't strong enough to pocket any balls. So, it was Reyes' turn next. Reyes didn't waste the opportunity and started to pocket striped balls one by one until there were no striped balls left on the table. Then, he aimed for the 8-ball and pocketed it with ease, allowing him to win the 12th rack. With that, the score became 7-5 with Reyes still leading the match. So, it means that Reyes was only 1 rack short to be able to beat Strickland in the match, because the match was a race to 8 match.
Many shots. Now really he's playing the 6-ball this time. So if you're lucky enough to put the cue ball in a spot on the table, again like this time, he can play the 2, he can play the 4, he can play...
Number 2. Rack 13.
You see the yellow ball? Now he wants to be concerned about the yellow stripe ball. He doesn't want to get behind that. So he just kind of rolls the ball up. Now he'll play the yellow ball.
The 13th rack started with Efren Reyes making the break shot. Unfortunately, just like Earl Strickland's break shot in the 12th rack, Reyes' break shot in the 13th rack was also not strong enough to pocket any balls, thus allowing Strickland to take the next shot. His first shot was fine because he could pocket a striped ball with ease. However, he made a big mistake in his second shot. Well, he might succeed in pocketing another striped ball, but the cue ball bounced, hit a solid ball, and accidentally went into a corner pocket, thus making Strickland scratched. Since Strickland scratched, the next turn to shot fell to Reyes with a ball in hand. It seemed that Reyes was a bit confused there because it took a while for him to finally decide the right spot to put the cue ball. It was surely because the match was an 8-ball match, meaning that there were so many choices of the balls that Reyes could pocket, unlike in a 9-ball match where the target ball is only one at a time. However, Reyes was finally able to make up his mind and started to pocket the available solid balls one by one until there were no solid balls left on the table, except the 8-ball. He then proceeded to pocket the 8-ball with ease, thus allowing him to win the 13th rack as well as the match against Strickland itself with a score of 8-5.
Something here. He's going for it right away. Ooh, he missed it again.
Was that why he put that extra little kick on?
Number 1. Post-match casual conversation between Efren Reyes and Earl Strickland.
Easy shot. See, that's the problem. If he'd have broke it out before, he would have had an easy shot. Now he has a difficult shot. Actually, he's probably going to play the 10, the blue stripe ball. I think that's his.
The match between Efren Reyes and Earl Strickland in the third round of the 2006 IPT North American Open 8-ball championship ended with Reyes winning the match. However, in a post-match casual conversation, Strickland said that Reyes got lucky in the match, with Strickland's microphone still on, so that what he said to Reyes was heard by everyone in the venue, especially the commentators. Reyes then just replied with a savage statement, saying that if you didn't make the ball, how could you win? Not only that, one of the commentators also criticized Strickland's accusing Reyes of being lucky in the match. He said, "Hold on, Earl calling Efren lucky there? You know, lucky is part of the game, but here in the IPT, skill has a much bigger effect." Well, that's the match between Efren Reyes and Earl Strickland in the 2006 IPT North American 8-Ball Championship, where Strickland accused Reyes of being lucky. If you have something to add, please feel free to write it down in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.
Look at the 9!